Hello everybody, welcome back to some Fallout 4. Now you may be wondering why we're at the Starlight Drive-In. Well, I've been doing some work in between parts, and by doing some work I mean sitting here and reloading a save file over and over again. So I'm going to do one last check on camera just so that you can see what I've been doing to try and get the legendary merchants. I got them all except for the doctor, who spawns at a static location. So unfortunately, she's not there. But I'll show you take a quick peek back into Sanctuary to show you, and then we're going to go and clear at least 2, if not 3 locations. I'm not sure exactly how long they'll take. But anyway, I haven't built anything differently. I can't remember. No, I think I had already rearranged everything. But anyway, if we go into here, you can see Tina showed up, which I think she was here before. But as you can see, I got Ron Staples, who's runs the bar, which is just food and drink. And then once again, if we go into our thing, Riley is technically manning that shop, despite me running into her multiple times, by the way, as I was trying to get other people to spawn. I ran into Riley multiple times, and it turns out, like, if we look at my population here, it says I have 15. When I ran into her, I could keep recruiting her over and over again, and it would raise my population limit, or my population every time. But anyway, and then as you can see in here, we have Smiling Larry.
Smiling Larry's got what you want.
Who's a level 4 merchant.
Let's trade.
If Smiling Larry hasn't got it, you probably don't need it.
So if we go into here, I don't remember what it is, because I know he has some legendary stuff. I don't remember what it is. So this is obviously the weapon merchant. Oh, there it is, Reckoning. Take 15% less damage while standing and not moving. That's a Ripper. Which actually I don't think I even have one of those. But that's it. That's his legendary. And then as you can see, the junk in his inventory is just the stuff that... I think it's 44 that my gun takes, right? My rifle. Oh, it takes 45, which I actually have quite a few rounds of. But you know what? I can always have more. And then here we have the Scribe, which is from the Brotherhood, except not really, you know.
Sure. I'm always looking for good armor.
My selection is a bit limited right
now. But anyway, here he has the Apocalypse chest piece. Temporarily slows time during combat when you are at 20% or less health, which is why it's fucking worthless, because who wants to be that near dead? But then he also has the Mark IV synth chest piece. Enemies have a hard time detecting you while you're sneaking and not moving. And the left leg, which has +2 luck. Now, I'm not sure if any of that is because they're assigned to the store or if that's just them. But yeah, so that's all the legendary merchants, except for one, which is the doctor, who's just being a real bitch. You know what? On our way down, let's drop by the Drumlin Diner as well, because there's another... Maybe we'll find Riley again. Because that location I started using, there is another location right here, not too far away from the Drumlin Diner, which is this little house here, which is where I found Ron, who, by the way, you can continuously find. Like, you can keep finding him out here. I don't remember if you can keep recruiting him or not, but at the very least, you can keep finding him out in the random encounter locations.
I believe we are supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things go in baggies for evidence.
But yeah, as you can see, there's a scavenger in here that they took out, a few of them. But yeah, this is another decent location to farm for the static random encounters. It's a pretty good one. But anyway, enough of that. I can't even tell you how many times I fucking like reloaded and shit. Alright, let's... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. It's way too far. So I want to zoom in because I think we're going, yeah, around here. So we'll start. Oh, I thought that was Diamond City for some reason, but no, we can start here. And at least for the moment, we're just going to head east. There's 5 locations to the east to clear out. So that's what we're going to work on right now with Curie. And I imagine we'll get all 5 locations done before we reach our next affinity with her. Unless, of course, I do what I'm thinking of doing tomorrow. Tomorrow as I'm recording this, not as you gain it, which is thinking tomorrow because my schedule changed and I now have an extra day off work this week. So I was thinking tomorrow I might do a stream where I just go around and build a fuck ton of stuff.
Why not a civilized discussion instead?
I don't know, ask them why not. Okay, what the hell is in front of that guy that I was hitting? Anyway. So yeah, here's the Dartmouth Professional Building. Which is our first location to clear out. Now this one has basically nothing in it. Like, it's a very small location. It'll take us like 2 seconds to clear out. The next location, though, is the one I'm not sure how long it'll take. Because, once again, it's one that I don't normally bother with these buildings, right? Oh wow, the Rust Devil must have got shot by a laser, but I don't know what he was fighting then. Because raiders don't generally have lasers. Yeah, it seems like it. Anyway, let's go into the professional building. Yeah, like I said, it's not a very big building. Oh, let's see, can we get it? Nope. Yeah, it was worth a shot. Oh, it looks like somebody drew a line on the ground. Separate the building, why not? Hey buddy, what do you got? An empty cooling containers, a fancy lad snack cakes. So this was your side. I'm assuming this was your side then. And what do you got? You got some cram. So I mean, yours is probably healthier than the fancy lad snack cakes, but I mean, what's that design? Chalk. Oh, stim pack. Anything else good? No. All right. Well, I mean, I mean, I guess something could have came in here and killed these two while they were, I'm guessing, in the middle of an argument, since they'd split the... I mean, this guy over here definitely got screwed. Well, I don't know. I was about to say he got screwed, but at the same time, he does have the couch. And I mean, and I guess the water cooler, but... Oh, what's this? Rat poison. Ah, well. Maybe, yeah, maybe he did get screwed after all, just in a different way. But yeah, that's it. This is the entire building. One room. And that's that. Alright. So now we'll head over to where those raiders were for our next location. Very shiny garbage can. God, there's so much 10mm ammo in this game. But there's latent towers. Once again, nothing important in this building. I think we can get like a fusion core maybe. And that's more or less it. But we may find some other little bits of pieces of loot. If we can find the door. Some stout. Alright. I don't know what exactly they were watching unless they were actually playing basketball. I mean, I guess there was a basketball down here. But yeah, there's multiple floors to this location and 2 different towers. It is called Layton Towers, and they don't disappoint. There are 2.
Hey.
Aha, I steal your power. Which I really wish did more in this game.
Everything's starting to sound like footsteps.
Like, it would have been so much better if taking that out actually made, like, the whole building darker, and then, like, if you wanted to brighten it up, you could find one of those and put a power cord in it, or a fusion cord into it to make it better. Also, I'm not sure if I gave Siri the gun in the last part or not, but just in case I didn't, I guess, it's, as you can see, it is an Institute rifle, which is just a straight upgrade to a laser rifle anyway. And then I just made it like a single shot rifle, and that's it. So it's stronger than if it was an automatic, and she shouldn't go through nearly as much ammo, which obviously is useful. Because yeah, like, I don't mind giving them automatic weapons, but they do tend to go a little nuts with them sometimes, so single shots are in general a little better for companions if you're going to do it, but I mean, in the end, if you got the bullets, you got the bullets, right?
Nice.
But yeah, I was thinking of just doing the stream tomorrow and just building like a fuck ton of stuff everywhere, right? Go to some of the locations like Overland Station and that I don't even have supply points to yet, so obviously I'd have to do that first, but doing that and then just building everything up as much as I can, or as much as I care to. I mean, tends to be how the building in this game goes. It isn't build it up as best you can, it's build it up until you get bored, or until you're like, good enough. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. The main reason I'm thinking of doing that is because, like, I mean, I could just record my normal Saturday stuff and do the stream Saturday as well, which is also an option, but I don't know, I like to do my recordings on Saturday. It's like, that's just when I do them, right? But I was thinking of doing that because then, you know, I'd get a bunch of them done in one go. And then I wouldn't have like an entire video that takes it up, you know, or spent on it.
Looking for the shooter.
Don't quit.
She's in combat operations.
And then like my videos would have more progression because I mean, until we I wouldn't have anything left to build until we unlocked a new location, which, to be fair, there are still a few of them, but I don't know how close we are necessarily. A relentless one, eh? Refills your action points on a critical hit. Well, that's not horrible.
Again, I have survived the hostilities.
Pretty sure I got all that. Curie, look out.
I need some goddamn fire support.
Oh, he's got to be
Where'd
like
that
right
little
here,
fucker
right?
go?
Get
I
right
suppose
then.
we should distract them.
Ah!
This place is so violent.
Oh, that felt good. I think I only missed one side of that room. Good old shotgun. But yeah, like, I mean, like, that's more or less why I haven't been doing building episodes. I know that I started doing them there for a while, and I did a couple afterwards as well. But it's like, do I want to progress? Do I want to, or do I just want to spend an episode to build? And it's like, because like every episode I spend building, that's less locations, or that's, you know, like 2 or 3 locations maybe. At least one location that, you know, could have been cleared instead, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Starving. You can eat when I'm damn sure we're not about to get jumped.
And I mean, I go off and on whether or not I find watching people build stuff to be entertaining.
That's it.
I, you know, I'm not somebody that, like, you know, does a lot of stuff in general. So I mean, I tend to run out of things to talk about fairly quickly.
Shut up and get back to your
Oh,
patrol.
look at that. They made a smiley face on the TV. I have to imagine that that was just already there and that didn't happen during the firefight, because that would be ridiculous, I feel. Especially since I don't think... Yeah, the bullet holes definitely have a different pattern to them than that. Although that was a close range 10mm. In other news, though, I watched a new show, Twisted Metal, on that one's on Paramount Plus, I think. It was pretty good. Had never played the games before, so I went in there with 0 expectations. The only thing I knew about the games was the clown driving the ice cream truck, and that it was like a car combat game. That is the extent of my that was the extent of my knowledge going into the show. So, with that in mind, I really enjoyed it. There were a couple of decisions throughout the show that I thought was weird. For a couple of, well, I mean, there was one that I thought was weird for the writers to do, and then another one I thought was a weird decision for the characters to do. Like, it kind of felt out of character for them to do it, but I won't go into any real details with it for spoilers. But yeah, overall, it was really good. Fuck, I'm horrible with
Got it.
actors' names.
Oh, the lock. It is opening.
The main character is Falcon from the Marvel movies. I don't know what his real name is. And Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, whatever the hell her real name is. They're the 2 main characters. You would think the clown was a main character, and he is an important character. I get, like, if I had to say there were 3 main characters, the clown would definitely be the 3rd one. But really, it's John
Yes.
Doe, and Quiet is Rosa's character. They're 100% the main characters.
What was that?
Dude, what is wrong with you? Why, like, how were you sleeping? But yeah, it was a good show overall. Like I said, I went into it knowing nothing, so like character design, accuracy to the accuracy to the game, and that I don't know. I mean, the game I do believe was just a car combat game. You just drove around and blasted people, which obviously not much of a story to that. So I mean, little bit of a spoiler alert. That's not what the show is about. Although it sounds like the 2nd season might be, or like the way that they ended the 1st season seems to lead into them doing that for a 2nd season if there is one. But yeah, like I said, accuracy to like characters and that, like character designs and that, I couldn't tell you. I mean, having never played.
Identity unknown. Man down! I would prefer if there was a...
Remember when I went in and killed like 5 of them, 4 of them, and only missed 1 shot? Just missed like 3 times against 2 people. But yeah, I thought like everything was pretty good. I enjoyed it. They had multiple storylines going at the same time, you know, and they would combine and then split up and combine and then came back again, you know, introduce characters, and you know they would leave, and then the characters would come back later. You know, it was good. the whole show is supposed to take place over like 10 days, which was really weird. So, without spoiling too much, the main plot of the show is that John has 10 days to get this one delivery done, right? That's the main plot line of the show, is him trying to do this delivery. When he starts the delivery, because he only had 10 days, he gets a watch that has a timer on it for 10 days. And now, the really weird thing to me that they did is
Oh, now it's
Engaging evasive maneuver.
fairly early on in the show, he gets electrocuted.
Gotta fucking pay for that!
Than I was meant to.
My arm!
And
Dangerous.
it goes to the watch, and it shows the watch like glitch out, almost like either it reset or, you know, something happened to the watch, right? But it never comes into play. Like, nothing apparently happened to the watch. Like, he says that he has that as much time as he has, and then, you know, he apparently had enough time. You know, like, it's apparently still accurate, despite them making a point of showing the watch, like, resetting or something when he's electrocuted. Like, it's not like a little thing that I noticed. They, like, zoomed in on his wrist and showed the watch, you know, resetting or bugging out or something, or glitching out or something, you know, right? And then, yeah, it just never comes into play. They're like, not important, I guess. Which was really weird, because I really thought that, you know, by the end of the show, it'd be like, you didn't make it because, you know, the watch, and then it's just like, nah. But yeah, I looked up a little bit of stuff around like episode 6 or 7. I looked up a little bit of stuff about the game. Oh, whoops. And based on what I read, like, if you played the games, once again, I don't know how much of a story, like, it was a PS1 game about driving badass cars and blowing each other up. Like, I highly doubt that there was a huge amount of story to it, right? It definitely seemed like one of those games that's like, here's this cool concept, don't worry about it, just accept that this is happening, right? So, I mean, there seemed to be a lot of Easter eggs on that. Like, the clown guy is called Sweet Tooth in the show. In the game, he was called, like, Needles Kane. But then there is a point where they have an Easter egg about that. And there was a couple other things. Like, I did a very quick peek at some stuff from the game, and I caught a few Easter eggs. And then there was also a couple other things that I noticed that's like, just like, because of the way they did it, it's like, that's definitely an Easter egg. Like, I don't know it because I never played the game, but it was one of those things where it's like, you could tell that they're like, see what we did there, and it's like, not really. And, like, to me, it was like, yeah, I see that you did something there, but couldn't tell you what it was. Alright, let's see, how long have we been going? Yeah, good. Definitely got enough time to go through this place then. But, yeah. So it was pretty good. If you played the games, I like I said, I don't know, like, character accuracy in that, but also, I can't imagine that there was too much of a story to the game. So unless you had, like,
Have to find the card.
how much you want to, because I have a Wilson Atomic Toys card, right? I'm reasonably certain I do. Now, granted, there's going to be more in here. But...
We are being shot at. Enemy
Yeah,
unknown.
because you stood up in front of me, you died. But yeah, I mean, like, I could tell you that if you never played the game, but you like actiony movies like, or shows like that, you'll probably enjoy it. But yeah, if you did play the games and you're like really into the lore and the characters and that, I mean, you might find some stuff annoying. I mean, Rose's character was completely new character from what I read. Like, she wasn't in the games at all. So I mean, obviously they can't really fuck her up as a character. I know that John Doe was in the game, and he was a white guy, and they got a black guy to play him. But once again, very old game, probably not much of a story to it. So I doubt that they went too much into the background of the John Doe character in the games. So I highly doubt that the fact that they switched them from white to black really meant anything. And I like that guy. Is his name Anthony Mackie? Is that guy's name?
Where'd you go?
Maybe. But anyway, I like that guy. I like his. I think he's a good actor. So I mean, I was fine with that. Well, I mean, I was fine with that. I didn't know that it was different. So I mean, obviously, I was fine with it. Man, if I wanted some Giddy Up Buttercup pieces and just displays, at least I know where to come and get them. Damn. If they didn't weigh so much, I would probably take them all, but
smell you out there,
that's a lot of weight.
snake. No blood to
But yeah,
spill
like I
today.
said, they had what I'm assuming was a large amount of references, and that's probably all that they really went for.
I'm
They
hungry
probably were like,
for human
like somebody was probably like, hey,
stringy bone.
I like this game. It has some really interesting characters and themes in that. You think we could make a show about it? And it's like, I mean, we could, but there isn't really much to go off of with,
Not cool.
like, story-wise and that. It's like, all right, well, you know, take the characters, take
Who's
the
there? What?
the
Who's
general
there?
theme of everything that's going on, and it's like, yeah, although granted, it apparently didn't even do that. Like the show takes place like post-apocalypse, right? Whereas apparently the game is just like an underground car combat thing, like and like supernatural.
Stupid noises.
Like the game is apparently like, hey, all these people are like
The noise. Ah! Found
transported,
We appear to be under fire.
you! Ah! What is it?
are like transported to do this car combat, and then whoever wins
I believe that
gets their wish granted
Yahoo?
by this Calypso that runs it,
Oh, ears play
and it's like a
tricks on me.
supernatural type thing.
You move too much.
Oh, actually, you know what? I don't think I got my mounted Rad Scorpion yet. So there's that guy. Well, there was another guy with Rad Scorpion.
Face me, you coward.
But yeah, they didn't really have. Yeah, well, not really at all. Any like supernatural stuff. I mean, the clown a little bit, but it wasn't like the clown is supernatural. It's just like the clown is bullshit cheat mode, you know? Like
Ah, come out, come out.
it's just like, he's like this giant badass, therefore he can do this stuff that would 1000% kill an actual human being, you know? But it's like, but it doesn't kill him. Why? Because it's him. Because he's Sweet Tooth. That's why. Which is fine. I mean, once again, it's a nonsense show anyway, so the fact that they had that didn't really take away from it. I mean, sometimes they do that in shows where it's like this one character survives stuff, and it's like, really? He's gonna survive that, eh? Or she's gonna survive that, and it's like, it's real bullshitty. And it like takes away from the show or the movie or whatever, right? This one, nah. I mean, the clown was kind of bullshitty, but they didn't really. Until like the last episode, I guess they didn't really show him taking. They kind of showed like the aftermath of him. Would be probably like the best way to explain it without spoiling anything. And it's like, so he did. Sure. And it's like,
Enemies have been dispatched.
Someone there?
yep, there is. Also, I like how me shooting these two guys only alerted him. But because my bullets were fired up
I can smell you
into
out
him,
there.
it then alerted the guys in the room above him. But yeah, I mean, They did do a couple of weird things at the end where they were like, when they were like setting up for the second season, where they seemed to indicate that a couple of characters had survived somehow. But yeah, I mean, if the second season comes out, I'll definitely be watching it. I mean, it was definitely a good show. All right, let's see what Mark has to say.
Damn it, Nate, where are you? After today's meeting, it's going to take a miracle to salvage the site contract, and you decided to take the evening off? Look, I wanted to keep the old man out of it, but what can I do? He called me out in front of the board. I had to fire him. Where do you stand, Nate? Are you with me or with him? I want you in my office Monday at 9 sharp. We can discuss the contract, or we can discuss your resignation. It's up to you.
Somebody got fired. All right, calendar. Nathaniel Hawk. Prep November production estimates. Scythe briefing. Factory ops. Assembly line review with Mark. Weekly facilities meeting. Lunch with Mark and Arlen canceled. Review Scythe slides. Board meeting. Date night with Paula. Scythe status report. The first phase of the Scythe project is a week ahead of schedule. 2 of the 5 assembly lines have been converted over to Scythe production. The third should be fully operational by Wednesday. An operations staff briefing has been scheduled for 10/18. Line workers will be trained on their new tasks over the next 2 weeks as we conduct test runs of the new equipment. Barring unforeseen difficulties, production should begin on 11/1. Arlen Glass. To all employees, be advised that Mr. Arlen Glass is no longer an employee of Wilson Automatoys. Should you see him on the premises, please notify security immediately. Alright. So it was Arlen then that got the boot. Really? Oh, wait. Wilson Automatoys ID? Oh, Buttercup sales. Mark wants a the fourth quarter. I don't like how they do that because it's the fourth quarter sales, but they put it Q4. Forecast revised down again. You still have access to those records. See what you can do. Doesn't seem to matter what the number is, so long as it makes his new project look good. And we're still on for Friday, Paula. So Nate's dating his secretary. That's a dangerous game. But at the same time, it's somebody that he obviously sees on a daily basis, so that also makes sense. Remember that your Automatoys ID card is an essential part of corporate operational security, both here and at our factory. While occasional requests for temporary IDs are understandable, repeated incidents will be reported to your supervisor for disciplinary action. Oh, and then that's probably the same, yeah. So don't lose your ID card. That's good. I have 3 ID cards at work. Not even because I lost any of them, sadly. And then, like, because, I mean, that does happen. You lose it, you get a new one, and it's like, found it. But no, because of our time clock there, the one card didn't work. So then I got a replacement card.
Not locked at all. Oh wait, you did this?
And then, and then they switched the time clock, and then the new card that they gave me no longer worked on it, but my old one did. So Supreme Cowl Armor. So then I was like, alright, well, I guess it still works. And then, I got a new card when I had been there because I had been there, unfortunately, for 5 years. Which grants me yet another card. And they're all just hanging up in my locker. It's like a name tag that you're supposed to wear all the time. I don't wear it.
What? Who's there?
I
Found you!
I don't do name tags. I don't like people I don't know having my name. Now this card better fucking open this, because I'm coming all the way back here to do it.
Where'd you go? Huh? Gonna find you?
Oh,
Gonna
hello.
kill
I guess I
you.
didn't open that door before. What the hell was that? Ah, there it is. Boop.
I can smell you out there. Little I hear something. Annoyed.
Oh god, he was... It was so dark in that corner, I honestly didn't see him there. I realized... What? Did somebody like on a floor above me just... I don't even know what blew up. I just saw that there was a grenade over there, but but then like one of the guys screamed, but there was only 2 in here and they were both dead. Anyway. Yeah, at least I guess it really depends on what like your, or if there even is a clearance level as to whether or not you or as to how important it is that you lost your ID. I mean, obviously you should never lose your ID, especially if it's something that like gets you into the building or something. I mean, like if I lose my ID, oh well. The only thing that we do with IDs at work is to clock in and out. So, you know, if somebody wants to go and clock in and out of work for me, go for it. I doubt that they pay enough attention in payroll to realize that I didn't work those extra hours.
Almost at home here.
But if you have like security clearances and that, and it's like, oh, this ID gets you into like this thing, or like lets you do this at work and everything, it's like, all right. Now it becomes a problem that you lost it because you lost it, but somebody else could come and pick it up, and then if they know what it does, obviously they could come in and really fuck with shit. Like, for example, we have usernames and passwords at work to sign into like our scanners and everything, which obviously isn't real. I mean, I guess technically you could lose it if you have it written down. But it's just like a play on your name, basically. I mean, they're not like complicated usernames or passwords. Maybe management has more complicated ones, but even then, I doubt it. But even then, you get into those, a person can still fairly fuck shit up, which we learned firsthand when somebody got a hold of a bunch of... I'm assuming somebody got fired. And was not very happy about it, based on, because like they would just go into like random Walmart inventory systems and like change stuff, so it's like, aha, you have 50 more of these and you actually have in stock. It's like, it's like, all right, well, we don't, and then, you know, we'd screw up a bunch of different things for us. It was really fucking annoying whoever did it, because like it screws up ordering, it screws up a bunch of stuff, and it's like assuming that it was in fact disgruntled employee. Wait. Oh, okay. Is this the right way, or am I going backwards now? Anyway, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with Walmart, but it doesn't fuck with Walmart. All it does is fuck with... Oh yeah, I definitely went backwards. All it does is fuck with the people who work for Walmart that had nothing to do with what happened to you. It's like when people like... it wasn't even that long ago, I don't think. I had like a minor argument. And by minor, I mean I was so overwhelmingly in the right that the person gave up and like deleted their comments. On Reddit. Oh, I really went the wrong way then. Where, or is that just in... No, because there's... I don't know where I'm going. About, like, customers in stores and whatnot being dicks, like, not putting stuff back, and doing a bunch of different stuff. And there's people on there. There's the one guy on there where it was like, oh, if I'm paying however much for carton eggs or whatever, you're damn right I expect you to, like, clean up after me or something. And it's like, yeah, because, you know, the person cleaning up after you is clearly the one in charge of that price tag, and you're really gonna make them lower the prices by, you know, being a dick to an employee who has nothing to do with it and who is completely unimportant to the people who actually control the prices, right? Sorry, Jen, I don't know any more than you do. Arlen, who always was peculiar, but the old man was the heart and soul of this place. I'm going to miss him and his daughter too. Marlene was here just the other day, cutest little thing. I think Nate was just as shocked. He went straight home after the meeting let out. Forgot all about our date. I'll give him a pass this time. Oh, wow. Dude, you missed your date? It was on your schedule and everything. And apparently I got a password from that somehow. Alright. The Wilson Atomize Board of Directors will meet on Friday at 2 p.m. The board will be joined by Colonel Thomas Nelson, U.S. Army. Professional conduct and decorum is expected. And on the same secure. I don't know why I keep opening it. Oh, I've also been playing a lot of God of War right now. Really enjoying it. I got what I think is the only other exploration upgrade I need. I mean, like, if you remember if you ever played the first game, you started with the axe, obviously. Yeah, I clearly didn't kill this guy. I think he blew himself up. I think there was an explosion up here, like he set off a tripwire or something. But anyway, you had to get the chisel, you had to get the blades of chaos to open up certain things, you had to get the chisel to open up other things. Honestly, that's all I can think of right now, but I know that there was more. But anyway, when you start the second game, Ragnarok, you have all that stuff already. But there's like 3 upgrades, I guess, you need to get throughout the game to be able to fully... yeah, sure, why not? I'll collect the ID cards. In order to fully explore everything, and I think I got the last one. And assuming that there's only 3, I got the last one. But yeah, it's I'm enjoying it so far. I'm having a hard time getting a read on how long it is, though, because I feel like if I just went to the end of the game from where I am now. Oh, is it this one? RESS. Yeah, it's got to be right.
Yes.
I feel like it wouldn't be very long. But at the same time, I also feel like I haven't done a whole lot. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I just finished playing Demon Souls, which took me forever. It felt like to progress, whereas in this one here, it's obviously a significantly easier game. So I feel like maybe I'm just progressing so much faster that it feels like I've done less. Log open, morning rounds, no issue. Reported electrical short in machine room, lunch break. Finished upgrades to turret defenses. Issued visitor ID to Miss Marlene Glass. Notified Mr. Glass she was still waiting. Returned visitor ID to file cabinet. Evening rounds, no issue. Okay. Log open, morning rounds, no issues. Issued temp ID to Miss Marshall. Memo from Mr. Wilson for the board meeting. Lunch break. Issued visitor IDs to Atomic Toys board. Visitor ID to Colonel Nelson. Disturbance reported in boardroom. Escorted Mr. Glass from premises. Twice. Collected visitor IDs. Evening rounds. Escorted Mr. Glass and notified police. Okay. Wow. Kept coming back, eh? Log open, morning rounds, escort Mr. Glass, reissued temporary ID to Miss Marshall, lunch break, and then log timeout because, oops. All security events are to be logged. All employees and visitors must display their official Atomic Toys ID cards at all times and present them upon request. All visitors must be issued visitor ID cards by security. When not in use, visitor IDs are to be stored in the file cabinet in the security office. All visitors must be escorted by an employee or member of the security staff at all times. Well, if we got turrets, let's get them on our side and then activate them. Now, I don't know what turrets those may have activated. I mean, I see the wire going up there, but I don't see any turrets in here. I don't hear any gunfire, so there must not be super mutants around where the turrets are. But as far as I know, there's only Well, actually,
What's that?
yeah, there's only one left. So, I mean, that's not too much of a surprise. Oh, there it is.
Combat again.
Nice try.
Wow, they,
Pulse and vital
those
signs
turrets
are
kinda
still
suck.
within acceptable parameter. Engaging defensive countermeasures. Ah, the FEV virus. There were rumors of this.
Oh, apparently there's a lot more
Later, I will review these
mutants
logs for
than I
relevant
thought.
data.
But there's just one left. We had, what, 3 and a dog? And we had one turret that, like, immediately got destroyed. Alright, what do we got in here? Nothing there, nothing there. There. Excuse me. Alright, what do we got here? Remember, Marlene will be coming to your office after school on Thursday around 3:30. I'll stop by at 5 to pick her up. Okay. I don't know. I don't remember when like the board meeting was to know if that was from before or after, right? Week of 10/17. Brainstorming with Mark, cancelled. Material vendor meeting, cancelled. October parent focus group. Sales and marketing review, cancelled. Product development research. Lunch with Mark, Nate, cancelled. Product development research presentation for board. Product development research reminder, Marlene coming to office. Board meeting, pending invite. So, all of this got canceled even before the board meeting. Sales forecasts. Giddy Up Buttercup. Based on current market conditions, analysts expect sales of the Giddy Up Buttercup to decline in the fourth quarter from 122 million to 110 million. Year-over-year loss of 17%, and a disappointing showing in the important holiday sales period. Brand stagnation and market saturation at the current $16,000 price point are blamed for the continuing decline. Good God, $16,000 for that horse thing? The hell kind of fucking inflation do they got going on in this universe? Like, motherfucker, damn. I don't believe these numbers. We've had solid sales for years. What's changed? If our sales really are down, we need to expand our market, premium editions, collectible variations, maybe even try a boys line. I'll work up some ideas for next week's board meeting. It'll be great, you'll see. But I can't do this alone, Mark. Your father and I collaborated on everything. I don't know what the hell you've been doing for the past year. A boys line. It's a horse, right? I mean, I get, like, and it's yellow. And it just looks like a horse. Like, I don't get why it would be a girl. I guess girls are probably more into horses. Well, no, I mean, cowboys, right? Like, there's a lot of little boys who like cowboys. They have horses. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would still probably end up being more girls liking it than boys, but I don't really see how you take a horse and make it a boy, like, to target boys, right? Like, unless, like, you do something, I don't know, and just advertise it as like a cowboy horse or something, right? Collectible variants, body half color variants, identifying marks, mythics product line, Pegasi unicorns. That's not bad. Alternative markets, boys, cowboys, and Indians line. Insensitive. Well, just say it's a cowboy line. Like, you don't need to add Indians in there, especially since it's incorrect. Ride 'em Bucky and Bronco. Well, that's just an extension of cowboys, really. And then premium princess line with crystal, gold, and silver shotting. Well, that would work. Promotional tie-ins, Heber's Comet, Mechanist Robot Horse. That would be good. Nuclear Cola, limited edition Red Horse. That would also be good. I like that. That's some pretty good brainstorming right there, I think. Development access. All right. Are we going to get like a special edition one? I think I have the password already. Maybe we'll find out why Arlen kept coming back. Maybe he left something in here. There's a safe. Has to be a safe. Just another giddy up buttercup. Bunch of parts. Alright, well, let's see. Pick up milk, eggs, Nuka, don't forget again. Call home at 7, Marlene's bedtime. Marlene coming to office after school, board meeting, new buttercup concepts. Marlene's birthday, 7, still need card. Wedding anniversary, buy card, gift, trip, check with Jen, vacation calendar. 11/18, I don't think you made it to your anniversary if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Slow progress. The new leg servos are still too powerful. They punched a hole in the floor during today's test. Need to scale them back in. I just don't know what went wrong. Good God. Even the color variations are a mess. Tinting the metal altered electrical impedance. So I'm trying automotive detailing now. Can't believe I skipped Marlene's recital to sit with a bunch of pink horses and watch paint dry. Make it up to her once this is all over. With changing the paint, like, I feel like if painting it a different color is causing electrical problems, your issue isn't the paint, it's the product. Like, you've clearly done something wrong if just painting it a different color. Like, either the paint is something that it shouldn't be going on to here, or you do not have enough, like, insulation on the wiring in that. Like, that's, yeah. What a disaster. I haven't heard back on any of the licensing proposals yet. The shift supervisor at the factory isn't returning my calls. I don't have anything to show in the board meetings in 2 days. I can't afford to be tardy. Clock is ticking. Arlen, clock is ticking. Oh, well, save control. Let's pop that open. Okay, and what is the tape? Marlene's holotape. Well, let's see. Is it a...
Go ahead.
Oops. Not quite what I wanted to do. Okay, let's eject that and play it so that we get the subtitles. Marlene. Oh, there it is.
Go ahead. Hi, Daddy. When are you coming home? You work too much. I want you to read to me again. Mommy says you're helping all the horsies find good homes. Take care of them, okay? I love you. Oh, Buttercup says she loves you too. Me miss you. Come home soon.
Well, I hope that whatever one he gave her wasn't the same one that had where it was strong enough to punch through a floor. I feel like that's weird to have for a holotape, right? Like that feels like something like you're dicking around with the holotapes, like they're like a new thing. Because I mean that sounds like it should have been a phone call, right? Not like a record message and send the tape and everything. Like it definitely seems like a phone call conversation. All right. Let's see. Once again, there's nothing of importance here. We're getting some unique holotapes and notes in that, but that's pretty much it. I got a resignation letter, eh? I know I wasn't the best of fathers. Atomic Choice took too much of my time, and I couldn't be there for you when you needed me. Your birthdays, your graduation, your mother's funeral, but everything I did has always been for you. These past few years have been difficult. The toy business didn't come naturally to you, but you've grown into it. You deserve to be the next president of Wilson Atomic Toys. Congratulations, son, you've earned it. Sincerely, George Wilson. Alright, well, I feel like he didn't, because sales went down. Warning. Bombers incoming, get to shelter, see you on the other side, Tom. Alright. Well, I may have taken multiple of the IDs, but I can get rid of those. I can't get rid of the keys, so. Alright, Arlen.
Do you know why toys are important? They help children dream. They let them imagine a better future beyond this Around my neck!
This is so violent.
For your father,
A moment,
for the
please.
company. Beth, please, do it for the children.
Fuck was that?
Alright, well, he was really quiet anyway, so I'm not even, I mean, all that disappointed that I accidentally canceled the subtitle. Okay, that was good. Anyway, apparently we did activate Curie's next thing.
Hey,
You need something. A moment, please.
sure. I enjoy talking with you.
As do I. I owe you so very much, and I do not mean to sound ungrateful, but I fear I am barely holding myself together.
Are you all right?
I just don't know. Becoming a synth is so much harder than I ever imagined. At first it was a struggle just to master basic functioning. How to brush the teeth, how to operate with only two hands, etc. But now I am full of inconsequential thoughts, feelings. How do you do everything with this whirlwind in the head?
I prioritize and tackle what's most important at the time.
That's helpful. You make it look so effortless, like breathing. But for me, it is so hard to focus, to do research. And inspiration is as elusive as ever. I fear I will never contribute anything to the world.
Be patient. You'll work it out.
In this maelstrom, it is hard to see the shore. The saving grace in all of this is you. As a robot, I had much appreciation for you. But now, it is deeper. I am still loyal, but now I do this because I want to. Because you are my friend.
You're my friend too, Curie.
This stirs something in me. I have no idea why. I must cut this short. My eyes, they are malfunctioning. Adieu.
Alright, so yes, you can also flirt with Curie once she gets her body. I mean, you only have one conversation with her before she gets her body, so it'd be rather weird for you to... How is that? To flirt with her there, but... Anyway, that means we have reached a new stage in our relationship with her. And we accomplished all 3 buildings that I wanted to tackle today, so that's good. And we did it in just barely under an hour. That last, the Tomatoys HQ here was significantly bigger. So next part, I have 2 more places to go to. I don't know how long it'll be, but it's the last 2 places, basically like north of this highway here, or what I'm assuming is the highway. I guess it's the Mass Pike Road anyway. Yeah, there's like 2 locations in there that we haven't got to, so we'll do those next. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't know whether... Oh, we should probably go and grab that place, because it's like way over there. And like, out of the way. But yeah, so we might do 3 then, because I might go and grab that as well. Maybe that one. It's just a couple of relay towers, but... What the hell's this location now? But yeah, I mean, once again, we'll probably get Curie's... if I do the build episode tomorrow, we're almost guaranteed to get Curie's thing during that, or the build stream tomorrow. But either way, it probably won't take long to get the to get her perk, to get her maxed out and get her perk, and then we'll go and talk to Dance and grab him as a companion. Well, I mean, I guess first we'll have to go all the way to the Brotherhood and then like we'll do a bunch of stuff with them, just like we did with the Railroad when we first found them. You know, we did everything we could do without pissing people off. So we'll do the same with the Brotherhood, as much as we can without pissing people off. But that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time for more.